Are you a fan of McDonald's? Do you know the story behind the success of this fast food giant? You might be surprised to learn that the McDonald's empire is not just about burgers and fries, but also about real estate. In this video, we will uncover the shocking truth about the history of McDonald's and how it became one of the largest real estate owners in the world. From the innovative methods of the McDonald brothers to the vision of Ray Kroc, the man behind the franchise model, we'll take you on a journey of how this cultural phenomenon transformed the way we eat and live our lives. So buckle up and get ready for the shocking truth about the history of McDonald's. The McDonald brothers decided to enter the hospitality industry once more in the 1930s, and they did so by launching a barbecue eatery in the city of San Bernardino, located in the state of California. They quickly became successful, but it didn't take long for them to realize that the majority of their customers came for one thing in particular: their hamburgers. Therefore, in 1948, they decided to close their barbecue restaurant and instead open the very first McDonald's, which was a fast food restaurant that served nothing but hamburgers, fries, and milkshakes. The McDonald brothers were among the earliest innovators in the field of fast food. They implemented a novel method for the preparation of food, which enabled them to provide speedy and efficient service to their patrons. They also initiated a stringent quality control system to guarantee that every burger was cooked to the optimal level of doneness. A man by the name of Ray Kroc, who was working at the time as a milkshake machine salesman, took notice of their success and became interested in what they were doing. Kroc was inspired by the business model of the McDonald brothers had developed, and he recognized the opportunity that existed for the concept to be franchised across the country. Therefore, in 1955, he purchased the rights to use the McDonald's name and launched his very first own McDonald's franchise in the city of Des Plaines, which is located in the state of Illinois. From that point on, he began to construct the McDonald's empire by establishing an increasing number of franchises all over the country. However, this is where things start to take an interesting turn. Even though Kroc was the public face of McDonald's and is frequently given credit for the company's achievements, the truth is that McDonald's is primarily a real estate business. Not being able to make the best burgers was not where Kroc's genius lay. Rather, it was in his ability to understand the value of the land on which the McDonald's franchises were built. Kroc concluded that owning the land on which McDonald's restaurants were constructed was essential to the company's success. As a result, he started purchasing as much land as he could afford and then renting it out to people who wanted to open their franchises. Because of this, he was able to generate revenue not only on the sale of hamburgers, but also from the rent from the franchises for the use of the land. This allowed him to increase his overall income. With more than $30 billion worth of property, McDonald's has become the largest real estate owners in the world in recent years. Not only do sales of burgers and fries contribute to the revenue of the company, but franchisees also pay rent to use the company's land, which is another source of income for the business. A good number of franchises maintain that the fast food industry is not really where their expertise lay. Rather, they consider themselves to be more in the real estate industry. In the year 1954, Ray Kroc was a milkshake machine salesman who was having a hard time making ends meet when he happened upon a McDonald's restaurant in San Bernardino. He was astounded by how smoothly their business ran and how well their food was received by their customers. Kroc successfully persuaded the brothers to permit him to build a chain of McDonald's restaurants across the country using their business models as a franchise. The first thing that Kroc did was develop a franchise model that was flexible enough to work in any location. He standardized every aspect of the restaurant, including the menu, the equipment, the decor, and the training, so that all of the restaurants appeared and operated in the same manner. In addition to this, he implemented a stringent quality control measures to ensure uniformity throughout the chain. The second step that Kroc took was to locate franchisees who shared his enthusiasm for the brand and his vision for the future. He drove all over the country in his station wagon in search of potential investors who were enthusiastic about the McDonald's business model. He discovered them in people from all walks of life, including farmers, doctors, teachers, and business people. The third step that Kroc took was to construct a corporate infrastructure that could support the expansion of the chain. He recruited skilled executives to oversee the company's operations as well as its marketing and financial matters. In addition to this, he devised a method of providing incentives and rewards to inspire franchisees and employees to work harder and more efficiently. McDonald's grew to become the largest and most successful chain of fast food restaurants in the world thanks to the leadership of Ray Kroc. By the year 1970, there were more than 2,000 McDonald's restaurants located in 37 different countries, and they catered to more than 2 billion customers annually. Kroc's legacy is not only as a business success story, but also a cultural phenomenon that altered the way that people eat and live their lives. This transformation was brought about by Kroc. The history of Ray Kroc and his role in the expansion of the McDonald's restaurant chain into a worldwide chain of fast food franchises is detailed in this passage. In the 1950s, Ray was making his way across the country in an attempt to sell milkshake machines. He wasn't having much success with this endeavor until 1954 when he received an order from the McDonald brothers to supply them with 8 machines. After dining at their establishment in San Bernardino, he made the proposition to turn it into a franchise. The McDonald brothers were having trouble keeping their franchise restaurants at the same level of quality and success as their first restaurant, even though they had already opened more than 20 additional locations. As a result, they decided to give Ray a shot, and he quickly built 100 McDonald's restaurants in just 6 years by carefully selecting the most successful franchisees and running his operations with the precision of a military. On the other hand, Ray McDonald eventually got sick of the McDonald brothers because they took a 0.5% cut of all their sales and blocked his ideas for improving the franchise. He did this by purchasing the land on which all future restaurants would be built, then leasing it out to his franchises so that he could keep almost all of the profits for himself. In 1961, Ray McDonald bought the McDonald Brothers franchise after reaching an agreement with them to sell it to him for $2.7 million. After taking the company, Ray made several changes, including the introduction of a new logo and menu items such as Filet-O-Fish and the Big Mac. McDonald's continued its rapid expansion while Ray was in charge of the company. It was during this time that the Egg McMuffin, Chicken McNuggets, and the Happy Meal were all introduced to the menu. By 1988, the company had reached the status of being the largest toy distributor in the world and had opened 10,000 restaurants. Even though Ray was no longer with us, his legacy continued at McDonald's in the form of the company's continued success and expansion into new markets around the world. McDonald's has an advantage over other fast food restaurants like Wendy's and Burger King as a result of the fact that the company places a strong emphasis on training its managers at the world-famous Hamburger University. This has contributed to McDonald's tremendous success because of how much emphasis they place on training. They've been able to build a powerful brand and maintain uniformity across all of their locations. The McDonald's menu has undergone consistent development and expansion throughout its history. New items such as salads, wraps, and coffee drinks have been introduced to cater to a wider variety of consumers. In 2006, the chain underwent a significant redesign that resulted in the introduction of the Forever Young design. The design was intended to create a dining experience that was both more contemporary and more comfortable. McDonald's is no longer the largest restaurant chain in the world, even though it is a household name and an institution in the fast food industry. This distinction is currently held by Subway, which boasts a greater number of locations across the world. It is important to note, however, that McDonald's only owns 15% of their locations, with the remainder 85% being franchised out to independent businesses. Although McDonald's generates a sizable portion of its revenue from the ownership and operation of its restaurants, the collection of rent from the franchisees results in an overall greater profit for the company. McDonald's retains a much larger portion of the profits made by its franchisees than it does from the sales of food prepared by its restaurants. Because of this, some people think of McDonald's more as a real estate company than as a fast food chain of restaurants. In general, McDonald's has been able to keep their dominant position in the quick service restaurant industry by utilizing a variety of different business strategies, including strong branding, consistent quality, and smart business practices. So there you have it, the shocking truth about the history of McDonald's. From humble beginnings as a barbecue eatery to becoming one of the largest real estate owners in the world, the story of McDonald's and Ray Kroc is truly fascinating. It's incredible to think that a simple concept like fast food could have such a massive impact on our world. And while some may argue that the fast food industry has negative consequences, it's important to recognize the positive impacts as well. McDonald's has created countless job opportunities and provided affordable meals to millions of people around the globe. It's a testament to the power of innovation and entrepreneurship. So did you learn anything new about McDonald's and Ray Kroc? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.